Hello and welcome, my name is Minutz, also pronounced my nut. Are you sick of people telling you, hey dude, I swear this game gets good after the first 14 and a half hours, dude, I swear. On this channel we understand that your time is important. That's why in this series I give a random game 60 minutes to catch my attention. Disclaimer, this might change in the future. After that point I decide whether or not to continue on, and whenever I'm done with the game I enter in the amount of time I played and my general and first impressions into a very complex algorithm to determine the final score. With that being said, let's kick this off and get right into a historic moment for this channel. The very first game in this series, which is
Dragon Ball Z Super Saiya Legend for the SNES.
This game was also known as Dragon Ball Z Super Saiya Densetsu over in Japan. This game was developed by TOS Software Company and published by Bandai in 1992. It's a classic top-down RPG. The thing that did make this special though is that it gave Dragon Ball Z fans something to play which was surprisingly consistent with Dragon Ball Z canon. In fact, this game follows all of DBZ, every single saga, all the way from Raditz to Frieza. And that's really why this game has a special place in my heart. I really love Dragon Ball Z and was addicted to it as a kid, and way back in the day when I was a sweet innocent child, I found this ROM and tried to play it on an emulator. Only problem was I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. But now all of that has changed and I'm older and wiser probably, so that's why I'm returning this game once again to see if it really was as cool as I remembered, or was it really as frustrating and terrible as some people say. Let's find out. God, I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. Let me just say right off the bat, this game does not hold your hand. Anyway, you start out at Master Roshi's, and they're giving me cards, like I can use you. And yeah, turns out these are all cards. Yeah, the game is a card battle system. Right off the bat, I wish it wasn't this way and I could just use attacks, but damn, I gotta say these fight animations are pretty badass. I'm actually enjoying them despite being a card battle system, and I was enjoying it right up to the point where I realized that this would be my life for the rest of the game. Man, I love random encounters so much. And I hope you do too, because there's a lot of them. There are times when I would get out of a fight and then move one single nanometer and would be instantly attacked again. I'm not even joking. And I hope you like this battle music because it's going to be ingrained deep into your brain forever. So after about 10 minutes, I have no idea where the hell I was going. I was flying west like an asshole the whole time. Turns out the island I have to go to is basically straight north. 15 minutes in, I finally land on this dumb island to find Gohan, who just had to get stolen. God. By this point, the battle system was wearing on me. It's just that the battles are so long. I appreciate the cool battle animations though, but it just carries on for a long time. So 30 minutes in, I come to find Mr. Popo, who's being held captive by Cybermen in this little hut. After killing all of them, Mr. Popo tells me about this strange prophetic vision he had from God. I came here after receiving a message from God. God told me that Gohan has special powers. Excuse me? Popo, you all good? You consuming drugs? What do you got back there? So after being preached the good word for Mr. Popo, we head to the cave. Thankfully, they give you item drops in here, which I'm assuming I'll need, as these older games usually are quite difficult. And finally, we get to Raditz. Pretty easy fight, actually. Oh, it wasn't him at all. The old Cybermen clone Raditz technique. How could I not have seen that? Alright, now we found the real Raditz, and the real battle is about to begin. Eat this Raditz, you stupid. Oh. Alright, so this happened to me a lot. Every single attack that I use against Raditz just doesn't work. At this point, I knew I'd have to look into the guide. I love these old style walkthrough guides. So as it turns out, you have to use Gohan, who fills Goku with courage, and then Gohan comes out and hits Raditz. Then you have to use Piccolo's Demon Ray in order for it to trigger the sequence to beat Raditz. Not gonna lie, that was actually kinda cool, but I wouldn't expect a game from this time to have something like this. If you didn't know Dragon Ball Z, then you would have no idea how to do this. I repeat, you would have zero clue. Even if you did, you'd be 100% guessing because the game doesn't hint about this at all. So Raditz is finally defeated. Before he dies, he mentions that Nappa and Vegeta are coming to kick everyone's ass. Good. So now Goku's dead, just like in the anime, or manga, whatever, who cares. I'm now over an hour into this game. While being kind of frustrated, I still wanted to keep going to see if it got any better. So now we get to the point where Piccolo is training with Gohan. It's a short little segment which is more or less just progressing the story along. and we move to King Kai's planet. My favorite. The very first thing you have to do is this gravity training. This stupid, terrible, unintuitive gravity game was the bane of my existence. I wasted so much time trying to do this stupid thing. Goku just kind of skips around and you have to overcome gravity on the planet, but there are no prompts and no instruction. What you're supposed to do is hit up, I guess? That's what the online guides say at least, but some guides say to hit right, some say hit up, but only at a certain time. There's no consistency and none of it makes sense. Sometimes it seems like your inputs are doing something, then the next round you try exactly the same thing, and you fail. God, oh my... Are you kidding me? Oh my god. But finally, after like 30 minutes of this thing, I finally got through it. And what did I get as my reward? Oh, I get to fight King Kai. Come here, King Kai, you piece of shit. Now that I got all my anger out, it's back to Earth. And now you're playing as Piccolo again. You have to gather all of the Z fighters, meaning Yamcha, Krillin, Tien, and Chaozu. This part honestly wasn't that bad. It was pretty simple to find them, but god, this battle system is just wearing me down. The frequency of the random encounters is just crazy. I can't take it. It's so monotonous. And now we're nearly at 2 hours played. And after I trained for a while, I finally come to face Nappa and Vegeta. Oh god, Yamcha died. Oh god, Chaozu died. Oh god, Piccolo died. But I finally managed to beat Nappa, and it's just Gohan and Tien. Great. Doesn't matter. Let's go, Vegeta. Bring it on. It all comes down to this. Let's freaking do this. Okay. Alright, I'm done. I'm tapping out. It's been almost 2 hours and 25 minutes and I just can't take it anymore. I tried this over and over. Here's the thing. I can probably fight more Cybermen for 3 straight hours to level up my characters and not have everyone die to Nappa. Or maybe learn how to trigger some kind of sequence that I wasn't aware of because the game didn't tell me. But I'm not gonna do that. Unfortunately, I find myself agreeing with the game's detractors. Now I say this of the perspective of someone who has been graced with the casualness of modern games. But hey, Chrono Trigger was also a great RPG on the SNES, and I love that game. This one just doesn't hold me like Chrono does. Unfortunately, the battle system is too boring, and not being able to pick attacks and have it left to a card system was to me a huge downfall. Honestly, looking at that and seeing my enjoyment levels currently, which are at all-time lows, I had to make a decision to put the game down. There are some upsides to this game though. I still think fans of DBZ can enjoy this, and it could be a nice little time waster for them if you speed through all of the battles. To wrap this up, I'd give this game a solid 2 out of 5. Yeah, I'm rating it without playing the entire game, and that's kind of the whole point of the series. To give you an honest first impression of the game and see if I could slog through them. I'm betting a lot of others wouldn't get through this game either. Anyway, thanks for being a part of history and watching the first episode of the worst gaming channel on YouTube. And please guys, remember to smash that